morning, Carol. How are you?
Good
Good
morning.
morning, Nina and Carrie Ann. I'm good, thank you. How are you both doing?
Doing really great. Did you have your Thanksgiving celebration yesterday or today or tomorrow? Or
Every day is Thanksgiving for Carol this year. I'm not celebrating as much, to be honest with you.
anything for Thanksgiving, because I'm not at home. But my nephew and his wife live here. And
Oh,
yeah, and we didn't really spend a lot of time with each other before, but it was his brother that passed away back in January. And he's made it his mission to keep connected to people. So when we got here, I was surprised that he really pushed to see us. We've spent we've spent we've seen each other 3 times and we just have a blast every time we see each other.
oh, that's
So,
wonderful. Yeah,
so what is your celebration for the week?
I got paid.
From who? Yay! Being paid is good.
I got paid from the same apartment where we had done their gym, and I got paid from the restaurant. So now I'm paid up. And the new contract the new dance studio, they put their credit card in the system, so I don't have to harass him for my payment.
I didn't know that you actually got the new dance studio. You hadn't told me that you actually got that one.
It is the call for today. It's the news for
Ah,
today, but I forgot. He didn't sign the contract. That's the thing. He didn't sign the contract, but he put the credit card in, and I'm thinking he probably doesn't have a printer. Anyway, he's waiting to see the first clean before he signs it, because we
yeah.
did for bi-weekly, but he thinks that we might end up doing more. So I'm just like, not pushing him to sign it, but he handed over his
Nice.
key. He already gave
Oh,
me.
that's
So
awesome.
I was like, all right,
Congratulations. So
thank you,
happy for you.
thank
That's
you.
amazing. Yay.
The change. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
funny when people are in this program for a bit and like in the beginning you hear about every potential opportunity, and then as you get going, like the people start getting the jobs and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, I got that job last week. I'm like, what? But you get used to it, right? Like you don't think you will, but you do.
Yeah, I was actually, and I met I went on Indeed. I told you that I saw a girl on Indeed,
Hmm?
and she says on her ad, basically she has experience, blah, 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 blah. And she left her message on Indeed in English. So I was like, yay, somebody who speaks English. So I was hesitant at first to call her, but I was like, what is in it to lose? So I called her up, and we had a nice conversation. Let me tell you, she was so happy I called her, because she said to me after talking, she says, I get so many calls from weird people, just weird people. So after speaking with her, she was telling me all of this. She was like, I'm so happy that you are at least somebody legit, blah, blah, blah. Because even the phone number she uses on there is not her real phone number. I don't know what she does. Anyway, so we have a Zoom call today. She says she has several years of cleaning, and she is looking for work, and so on and so forth. So I want to try her out I think I'm going to put her on that apartment to clean it downtown, and to see how she does, and then evaluate her off of that and see, because I told her I did give her the whole spiel about training. I said, yes, I understand you like to clean and you have been cleaning for a while, but I need to still train you so you can understand my expectations. And she was very receptive, very open, I was hoping to put her on this start studio, but it's too far for her. Sadly, she doesn't have a car yet, but she's working on getting her driver's license. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed for her in that regard. And I'm looking forward to speaking with her today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, things are, yeah, things are still moving forward for you. That's really
Yeah. If
nice.
I had 10 more of her, or at least 3 more of her, I'd be happy right now. But I'm still happy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm gonna look on Indeed if I see any more people advertising. And just because my ad didn't last any time whatsoever on there, and I should have just redid it, but the wheel keeps turning. Let's just put it that way. It's been a challenging week, many ways. So
Mhm.
but
It sounds like a little evolved, a little challenging, but a little bit of excitement and like regular business.
yeah,
Yeah, it's awesome.
all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff going on. It's a good mix.
Yeah.
That mix. And my bank account got messed up. For some reason, I
Uh-oh.
can't access it online, so I had to go, and the account I opened is only for online whatever, so without fees.
Mhm.
So I took that package, and the online thing isn't working, so I had to go to the bank. Then the
Oh
guy
gosh.
had to use their ATM. The guy tried to reset my password. It's still not working. So I have to go back again on Tuesday to have them look at it again. But the checks, I told him I'm going to deposit 2 of the checks just to see, because I still want to ensure that the app is working, blah blah blah.
Yeah, and we're lucky to still have you. So, yay. You know we love you.
I know I thought of you several times. Thank you,
You
Nina.
do?
I see. I thought of you several times. And it's like, Carrie, I must be saying Carol's quiet.
I
Carol-
was. I did. I was like, if I don't see her the call on Sunday, I'm gonna message her.
Yeah, yeah. And I wanted to go to church today. My husband he's mad at me right now because I wanted to go to church today, but I told him I'm just
Yeah.
gonna do the online thingy because I honestly thought you were going to cancel since it's holiday weekend here, but then I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh, but the Americans.
Yeah, I just don't know what to do. I really need to make this accessible to everyone, and I do not like people to choose between their faith and their business. Like you should have both. So I just don't know what to do. I think we're
I'm
just
going
gonna have
to
to
watch
have
the
the
recording. Don't worry. I'm just going to watch the recording. I just have to make the time
yeah. Mhm.
because we have church online as well. So
Yeah.
it's on YouTube, so I can watch it. But it's a little different from being in person. I mean, I haven't gone in a while, so kind of feel
Yes, for
bizarre.
both, right?
Mhm.
Maybe you'll have to like flip-flop. One week you could do this in person, and one week you do that in person.
Yeah, I have to figure myself out.
I
Don't
have to
worry.
so much
It's not
going
your
on.
problem. It's my problem.
Well, I don't want it to be a problem. I don't really, following your faith should not be a problem. So I think that Brian Shabazz is in the room. ESR team, I think that's Brian Shabazz. Shabazz. Oh, but you're muted.
Sorry, guys. I'm not well today, but I am listening on.
Oh, it's Veronica. Oh, that is funny because I was like, BSR. We have a new client, Brian Shabazz, and he said he'd be here today. So, how are you doing, Veronica?
I've had better feeling days, but
Yeah.
you know, I'm hanging in there. It's been a very busy week. A lot of positives as far as just streamlining and getting things set up. Um, I'm so grateful to be, moving forward in a direction of structure because I've been feeling for so long that we're all over the place, or we're being reactive. And I'm so not a reactive person. I just like to be as proactive as possible. Um, but I just don't feel well today. So I'm listening.
You've been fighting this for quite some time.
Yeah. Yeah. But I wanted to just show my face and say good morning to everyone. And I'm equally grateful for just the camaraderie and the support here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Hang in there, girl.
Thank you.
Oh, I just automatically assumed that we had a call this morning, or today, Veronica, but I don't
I
see one.
did.
Do we have one coming up?
I did too. And I went back and I was like, oh, I think I may have mentioned to Leba to just set it up for me, but I think we
Yeah.
immediately went full stream ahead with setting other things up. It may have just kind of I may have dropped the ball and putting it in on our task list.
Leba, Leba is in here tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central, which I think is 3 p.m. your time. Is that going to work for you?
She's she's meeting with you at 3.
Yeah.
I've got a meeting at 3, but it's something that I can push over to Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to put you guys in for a full 2 hours so we can get some of these things organized that we need to get organized.
That's great. So
Oh.
I do want to share though that I did go over to the Sport Rock um, Family Rock Climbing Gym Center of 47,000 square feet of a facility. I am so my intent was to push for the post construction as well as the ask, which was to maintain the cleanliness of the property 7 days a week. But after just kind of getting there, seeing the fact that their launch is in less than 2 weeks, and it didn't look anywhere near ready, and also they're still waiting on permits. And then the fact, I just kind of thought that because I'm trying to streamline the business as a whole, move out of that unintended hybrid model that we kind of fell in by accident and kind of get back on track with our original business model, I should just um, entertain and push to get the contract for what the initial ask was and not try to add anything additional like the post construction, because that's going to be a last minute like cram like debacle, and I don't want to put that on um, my new team members, my new cleaners, and my seasoned ones. I really need them to continue on the Airbnb journey and help me get the new people trained. So Leba, I had her put in an ad for that area surrounding the Sport Rock to begin getting cleaners just in that area. And I figured I won't mix my current folks in that situation because it's too far away. And then tomorrow, if I'm hoping that I continue to feel a little bit better. My goal is to go visit a couple of the other Sport Rocks and kind of observe the cleaning team and staff there, ask a few questions to make sure that my next meeting with them kind of aligns with what they're already doing at the other centers. So more to come on that. So I have.
You're doing amazing.
Thank you.
Hopefully, I like take the day today to rest and get back on your feet, and then tomorrow afternoon we'll have that meeting and we'll get everything solidified for moving forward, because you're transitioning into CEO Freedom Plan, which is really exciting.
Yes.
Peter and I have been really beside ourselves with excitement all weekend about this, because what we did was we also got a new mentor that teaches coaches how to handle this recruitment of virtual assistants and how to train your virtual assistants for your program. So it was like a godsend. Like we're like, okay, we've got a lot of work to do, and we're writing out the list of all the things that we need to do to facilitate this, because it's not just as simple as we make it sound. It's not just as simple as getting a VA, but right out of the clear blue sky came the perfect coach. And I recently ended with my online coach for my CEO Mastermind. He's an amazing coach. It's just that he's going in a different direction that I'm not going in. So I was looking for a new coach. Out of the clear blue sky comes this coach who's perfect. So we're
Wonderful.
so excited because we already have all the SOPs required for our new virtual assistants that are starting this week.
So
We're just like,
awesome. So
Nina's probably
awesome.
going, oh, thank God. Because I think Nina's probably been thinking, oh no, what's this going to mean? We've got it all going on. So yeah, I'm excited that you're in that program, and I'm excited already at the things that I can see that are working. But the one thing that I really dropped the ball on, and we might as well talk about it if you don't mind, was your
Mhm.
name.
I,
None. Go ahead.
I, when we were talking, I was like, oh, and I was mentioning it, but because it felt too easy. Remember we were talking
I
through, and
do.
we were like, oh, let's flip this around. Oh, okay. And I'm like, this is like, but so many other things were like God sent in that discussion. So I just felt like the heavens had like opened up, and like God and my dad was like shining down, like looking at me and like saying, like, look, I got you. I'm sending you grace. I'm sending you support. And so when the name came along, I think I just fell off into this world of like euphoria. And somewhere or another, the ball dropped. But later, um, I started getting people like reaching out and saying, look, you got 2.5 star review. And uh, something, oh, yeah, somebody reached out to me and they wanted to really like cut our prices in half for our cleaning services with Airbnb. So I sent a very cute message that I put together on Chat GPT to share that like we're bringing to the table what others are not. Here's what we're doing, and take a look at our 5-star reviews. And they were like, what are you talking about? You're 2.5. And I'm like, wait a minute, I have to send you the link to see the reviews on Turno for us. You haven't seen them yet. And one thing led to another, and I'm like, oh my goodness, there's so much of this name out here for so many different things. Um, so uh, I'm glad I learned, I needed to experience it to know
Mhm.
that that's
So
like
do we have,
priority.
yeah. So what are our other ideas for names? So let me tell the people watching what happened. What happened was
Okay.
we had this massive session last week in which we just brought you into the CEO Freedom Plan and we just started working on that. And what we needed to get done was get your name your new name established, your logo and your colors. And I think we all got focused on the colors and the logo. We talked about the name, and I thought you were going to double check that it was, like research online to see if anybody was using it, if it was trademarked, all of those. And you thought I was going to do it. Neither of us did it. So good learning curve for me too, to make sure that these important concepts are taken care of. So do you have an idea of what you're going to do now? Like, we had talked about a couple of names. Have
We
you,
did. And I started just putting a list together, and I thought, maybe this is God really giving me another chance to come up with a name that clearly defines what we're doing, because one is so luxury until it just really does not open the doors for all commercial opportunities. And remember, that was my whole like Lux this, Lux that, pro this, pro that. And so now I'm just brainstorming to figure out something that um, will do both. Give me that commercial name for all commercial opportunities, but also support the fact that in our Airbnb, our vacation rental cleaning services, we're pro luxury, meaning we're just no longer dealing in the world of shacks and unsafe environments and things that aren't ideal for my cleaners to go in to be exposed to. And so before, a lot of people here are just, before business was business, we didn't turn anything down. But also you have to really, I've learned that you gotta advocate for the cleaners. if
Mhm.
if it's something that I don't want to go into or be a part of, or if the hosts or the owners aren't vetting their guests properly, and any and everybody is coming in there and they're very disrespectful to the property, um, we want to stay away from those folks. To we want to meet hosts and owners that love their property, can take it or leave it with guests, really vetting their guests to the fullest, because then we're able to go in there and just do what an Airbnb cleaner is supposed to do, which is turn that property over,
Mhm.
restage it, do the laundry, and out to the next property. It's been it's been a month of streamlining, and I'm so grateful for what happened for us this week, and even more ecstatic that Leba came in at the time she came in, replacing, and I don't know if I shared this last meeting, but my assistant of 7 years, I lost her abruptly. So to have someone that I just had knocking out a few things for me, and to show me like her proactiveness, and she's very she's got the mindset that I have, as far as like um just knocking tasks out, and not waiting, and I really appreciated that. So to be able to find her, share her, and then bring her aboard on this journey, and she's super excited about it too. I'm I'm just thanking God, because my mindset can rest, because I just feel like I've just been in haste and worry, and it really broke my body down. And
Mhm.
I'm in a rebuilding, not only of my business, but me health wise. Getting more rest, having time to eat, you know, 2 or 3 meals a day, and snacks. Just I'm really now getting a chance to include me in this process physically, instead of me just being a 24/7, take a 15 or 20-minute nap here and there for like weeks and days. I'm finally able to be someone that can step back a little bit and begin training individuals to mimic my military mindset, and give the business the image that I'm wanting out in the field, but also my back office and my books look like it as well. I don't know if that makes
Mhm.
sense.
That sounds amazing. I love everything you just said.
Well, Carrie, I
Yeah.
mean, you did it. I'm so grateful. Like, you guys just don't know how wonderful it's been to get on a call and know that it's such a transparent call where individuals are sharing. We're not only learning things to avoid, but we're also learning things that are helpful in our business. And it's a group that is giving support in so many different ways. Last week, I just needed the camaraderie. I just needed to just be on a call with more like-minded people striving for the same goals, and just like be in that space, and pray that it would be contagious, because I was just really struggling with like not falling into the negative thoughts of, why did I do this? What was I thinking? Have I bitten off more than I can chew? I'm losing my right hand man. You know, is this a sign? Like, I was fighting those thoughts. And so I found myself really couldn't wait for the Sunday meeting, just be with like-minded folks. But I'm not
Mm.
going to just take over this meeting like this. I'm just wanted to share that, how grateful I am to like the members on the call, and Carrie, also what you and Peter like are doing for all of us.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I wanted to just quickly go over this point. Seeing as you're having this trouble, this is really what we do is when people come to this call, we deal with their problems in the call so that everybody can get a perspective. Because sometimes other people need to see us solving this problem and it just clicks for them. So your problem was with your name. So I'm not sure if you know that in this program, and by the way, for now, we're back to the original program because just when we turned on our new portal, it crashed. So we're actually thinking of leaving that platform altogether. BJ is right now researching other opportunities, and we're going to put our new portal into a whole different area because since ClickFunnels moved to 2.0, it's just been really complicated and hard to work. I love ClickFunnels. I wanted to stay with them, but it's just gotten to the point where I just can't wait anymore for them to catch up. So we're investigating other options at this moment. But back to the old faithful, ClickFunnels 1.0 is beautiful. It works. In here, in your online portal, if you come down here to branding your business, choosing your name and creating a logo, when you click on that, there's a workshop, as there always is, and then there's this button down here, find your business name. And this is magic. Have you seen this, Veronica?
Is this the area for onboarding and the sequence emails section?
Well, it's in that's considered our online portal. Let me see, I gotta get rid of this. Why is this bothering me? Go away, you. I don't want to start this. Why is this here? How do I make it go away? Ben, why is this here? Oh, there we go. Okay, I just wanted to show you. So yes, that is the portal that you're thinking of. And unfortunately, is everybody still here? Something's happened here.
Yep.
Everybody is still here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try again.
Yeah.
So the online portal houses all of these different modules. Let me just see if I can get it back here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I'll share with you guys here. Hopefully it's not going to do this to me again. Okay. So this is what the online portal looks like. And if you're already registered, you just say already member and log in. This is when I say online portal, this is what I'm referring to. And so you've got your getting started your resources, staff attraction and retention. You're thinking about these email sequences for our new employees, but down here is branding your business. And when you go into the branding your business module, there's some workshops on how to choose your name and how to pick a logo. And this website is so awesome to help you get clear on your name. So you like the name Prolux. So let's just put in Prolux meaning, and let's see what happens. It comes up with a bunch of different names that might work for you. Cleaning industry. So let's say I want something that says professional. So these are words that you could use in the title of your name. Professional luxury.
I see.
Luxury advanced. Luxury bright. Luxury professionalist. I don't know if I'd name my cleaning company that. That might get you in weird conversations. Luxury
That's what I was
developed.
thinking. Luxury developed. I kind of like that. That developed gives me that commercial touch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Huh. Okay.
Professional kissable. Like how come we're getting these innuendos in here? Let's use elite. Let's use elite and luxury together.
Elite and luxury.
Elite strange. That makes no sense. Meaning exquisite, exquisite cleaners, exquisite cleaning tulip. Interesting. What's that? Can somebody give me an idea of a word we can put in here to okay, so tell me again, you want your business to be professional, luxurious, elite.
Yes. I like the word elite because elite says top tier to me. And so I've been trying not to say top tier because that's two more words that makes the domain so long. It makes the email address so long.
Ooh, top ratings.
Top ratings. I think I would rather just add that as a part of the slogan. Let me think of another one.
Oh, exquisite. Oh, exquisite. Somebody.
So, question for you. In the search, could we put something like just, will the search allow us to put commercial and vacation cleaning and then it generate a name from there?
Let's see. Vacation, remarkable, cleaning, measured. Ooh. Peter, we can't hear you.
I say it's just going to rename commercial and vacation and give you different kind of ways of saying that.
Oh, I see.
Ooh, propel, commercial propel. Look, something like that. Odyssey. I'm gonna put in the word Odyssey and see what it comes up with. Did I spell it wrong? Odyssey assurance or Odyssey is hard for the common person to spell. So you can just play around with this and start looking for different ideas for names.
I will.
Start putting.
I'll do it today, and then we'll get it narrowed down as soon as we possibly can, and then I'll send it to you all in Slack.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, let's try extravagant. Yeah, so you just play around with it until you find something that works for you. Or
Yeah.
it gives you an idea, right? Like eventually it will give you that you'll be like, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Elite step like that. Elite step up services. But you need to watch the workshop and then go to the website and yeah, see what happens.
Will do.
So now everybody is aware that it exists there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll get, I think we're working on your colors, but I told Jess to stop. Don't work on the logo. So don't waste your time.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
I'll make sure that I'll make sure that I get it solidified today. That'll be a nice something to
start the week off with.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, let me move on to Tiffany and see how she's doing today. Carol's having a hot flash.
Yeah, I need to turn my fan on.
Oh, Carol, you have your hand up there.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest for
Veronica.
Veronica to think I don't know why this popped in my head, exquisitely bright. Play
Exquisite
around with
liberator.
it. Play around with it.
Exquisite liberation. Ooh.
Exquisitely bright.
I think, Veronica, we can't hear
I
you
can't
if you
hear
talk
you.
to us.
Thank you so much. I love adjectives that start with the letter E. I don't know why. I think maybe because in the Army, everything is like effective, efficient, you know. So
Energized.
yeah, so my thought is like E. That's my go-to. So I appreciate that.
You're
I
welcome.
do.
Nice. All right, Tiffany. Sorry about that. How are you today?
Hi, Carrie. Hi, everyone. I'm doing well, and yourself?
Good. You always look so like peppy and wide awake every time you come to this call.
Yeah. It's 10 a.m. over here, so well, actually, it's been a long week and actually really early morning for me. I just actually got finished doing an event cleanup early this morning that we started last night, but we had to finish up early this morning at 7 a.m. So I'm fired-eyed, bushy-tailed right now.
Right on and bushy tailed. So when you say early, how early did you start over there?
So I, got up around 6, but mind you, we was there last night up until almost 2, no, I would say about 1:30-ish a.m. It was a big party of my client that we actually cleaned for, and she wanted some cleanup. Actually, she asked for a whole lot. She asked for during and post after party event cleanup. So that's something that we also do as well as cleaning commercial and residential. But she we did her pre-clean, which consisted almost over 2 days of cleaning an event space that was very in bad condition. Scuffs on the walls, scuffs on the baseboards. The rugs had to be spot treated. Pretty much a very detailed clean. And me and my cleaner, we cleaned that for 2 days. We did that after we had 3 cleans in one day. We went there in the nighttime and finished up in the morning time. And then we went back to her place to clean before she had her relatives come. So this week has been very, very busy for the first time in my business that I've launched since almost a year to date in November. We've had back to back to back cleanings all this week. And I'm so very grateful to have that opportunity because we don't have we're in motion. We're good, we're in motion for cleaning and everything on my business, but not having consistency like that. So I was very, very appreciative of all the business that we had this week.
Yeah, good for you. You're always so positive. I love your outlook and I love everything that you continually do to move your business forward.
Yeah.
Congratulations. It's all because you're working so hard to do it that you just really deserve every opportunity that comes.
I am very, very appreciative, and I definitely can't wait for more days and weeks like this because it's definitely game changer. It definitely has me thinking outside the box and then being in the box of being so limited to what I can do. And there's so much possibility out here, so much cleaning possibilities out here. So I'm very grateful.
I'm happy for you. Yeah. Where are you again? Where are you
I'm
located?
in Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. I just can't get my head wrapped around where everybody is. When you tell me, I think, oh, I'll never forget that. And then the next time I see her, I'm like, where is she? I should associate something with it.
Yeah, up in the Northeast.
Is there anything that we can help you with this week, Tiffany?
No, I'm just, listening in on everybody's, triumphs and, lows or highs they had this week. So, just hearing everybody's output and how their week was, mine's, like I said, was really, really well. It was me and my cleaner from Monday up until today was just very consistent work, a lot of work, and excuse me, I'm grateful to pay some of my bills that I'm in debt with in my business, because that was my main concern. um I I still have not yet got paid for my post-construction clean for the second clean, well, for the final cleaning. Mind you, I finished this cleaning back in August, July. So I'm still waiting for payment for them. They've been saying they're going to send it. They sent it, So I've been really in a lot of debt with my, paying my insurance late, paying off my website, because all these things are like renewal, because I started my business almost a year to date now. So I have all these bills accommodating, piling up, and I'm like, I don't know how am I going to pay for it. But so graciously that this week turned out very well for me to at least pay on some of the things that have been piling up, so.
I find that if you continue to focus on moving forward, that the money will come, as the bills are piling up. I think that, I'm always talking about how when you focus on a goal, there's a part of your brain that's working towards that goal without you even being able to understand or realize it. And I think that's probably true for you, that you knew those bills were coming. And so you knew that you needed the business. And so you started looking for ways to get it without even realizing it, and kind of making it happen for yourself. So congratulations. Yeah. Yeah. It's like a lot of business owners, when they get to that point, they start to feel the pressure of the business, the bills piling up. And, a lot of business owners will kind of hide within themselves from that. And that creates like so much tension and worry and concern,
Yeah.
I was speaking to a business owner last week who is having some money problems. We're working on increasing his rates. So, in one aspect, he's been increasing his rates, and from a fear standpoint, what if I lose the client? But so far, he hasn't lost the clients. He's making a little more money, not quite enough money. Like, he needs to make more money than he's making, but he's moving forward. And the question was, so you need more money. How are you going to do that? And the answer was get more clients. And then the question was, well, how are you going to get more clients? I don't know. I don't have time. And then I just said to him, you don't have a money problem. You have a time problem. You need to find a way to make the time to grow your business. It's not going to do it itself. There is no magic pill that you take that just makes your cleaning business get better. When people come into this program, I do not tell them, hey, just by signing up, things are going to get better. No, you have to work your business. You have to do the things. It's not going to do itself. So at first he was telling me, I can't make time. He said, well, tell me, who's the client that you're working for that when you go to work, you don't make any profit? And he told me the client. He said, okay, so when you go to work for them, it doesn't actually make you any money. He said, no. I said, good, cancel them and go and get some business. And he's like, oh,
wow.
okay. And so those are the things, like, to stop having that mindset of I can't, it won't, and turn it into the mindset of it will, and I will find a way. And so, yeah, you're one of those people who you never seem to have that negative thought of I can't do this. You have a thought of how will I do this? I really respect that about you, because that's exactly how you're going to grow your business. And it's
Yeah,
not easy.
it's
It's not
not.
easy when, yeah. When
I've
those bills
always
start,
have I always have those negative thoughts too, but I'm been on this journey of manifestation and vibes and energy, and you put towards your energy to where it needs to be fit, and having that negative mind frame is not really going to get you anywhere. You got to stay positive despite the barriers that you're going through. So I definitely can relate to that.
yeah. I feel like if you're asking the question how, it shouldn't be with a negative connotation. If you're asking the question how, it should be how will I? How can I? Not, but how is that supposed to happen? We the thing is we all get there. Like I've had my moments too, like this won't work. I don't know why. Like I have those pity party days. I don't know why this isn't working. What am I supposed to do? I'm trying everything. I will cry. And then thankfully I have my husband here who understands me and knows me and says, Carrie, this isn't like you. These are the questions you should be asking yourself. And he reminds me of my own preaching, right? Thank goodness, because I think we all need to be reminded sometimes of our own preaching. And then it turns into how will I make this work? How will we find the solutions? Not how come this always happens to me? We all do it. So anything I can
Yes,
help you with,
that is so true. Yeah, because I get my significant other, and he'll come and I'll be sitting on the couch and I'm just going through looking at my admin, my computer work, and I'm just like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it this week and how we're gonna pay for this or that. And he's like, calm down, you're gonna be all right. Let's think the positive, and let's go after some contracts, reach out, do some canvassing, do something. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's definitely you just gotta keep, have that moment of pity or whatever, but then jump right back into positivity.
There's that too. And then there's the other thing. What I've found, and I've been telling myself this a lot lately, take the thing that is hardest, that you want to do the least, and go do that thing. If you are just taking the easiest route, if you're doing the thing that's easiest, you're probably missing out on growth, right? Because the easy stuff happens on its own. Like when I want to, okay, I want to be a coach, right? I've got all of you in this room. I'm fulfilling my destiny by meeting with you every Sunday. That's what I want to do. That's the easy thing. The hard thing is to bring new clients in. But in order for me to be able to be here with you every Sunday, I need to keep my business going. And so I need to find a way to bring in new clients. That's the hard part. Or let me be very honest, I had to make a big decision about my marketing team this week, about whether I would stick with them or go to a new team. And it was a really hard decision because there's a lot of emotion involved, because I appreciate my marketing team so much. But I made the hard decision and it opened up so many doors for us. So, and that is what I told myself when I had to finally make that decision. Why is this a hard decision? It's a hard decision because it's probably what's going to move my needle forward. It's a hard decision because it's the thing, like it's where the fear sits, right? This morning I did a live expressing, like telling everybody about my new CEO Freedom Program. Scared the crap out of me because it's taking that next step forward to building my business. It's it's scary because I'm making promises, and I'm taking on more responsibility. And I told like when I was going to click on the live button, my stomach just turned, and you can tell when you watch the live that I am nervous and a little freaked out about it. And doing that hard thing is probably going to help me go forward in my ability to explain to people how this program will help them, and in probably having some of my clients decide to take that next step. But if I had gotten there and said, this is too hard and stopped, then nobody would know it exists, right? I don't know. Doing the hard thing is what moves you forward, I'm sure of it. And so I'm going to preach it. So with those people that aren't paying, what is the hardest thing that you can think of to get them to pay?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question, Carrie? It's Veronica.
Yeah, I was just asking Tiffany, she's got this account that's not paying. So when you think about ways to get them to pay, what is the hardest thing you can think of to get them to pay? Let's not talk about going for kneecaps. We don't do that.
And it's funny too, because the person that I'm not really profiting off of is the one that got this event stuff going on. So she's my, in between client, she's my weekly client at that. And I'm not really making much off of her when I'm having a helper with me, because like I said, she has like a really 4,000, 5,000 square footage home. But she was the one that provided this week with a whole bunch of jobs, so not only did her weekly cleaning, but we also came back to do another deep clean later in the week on top of the event cleaning. And she told me that she wanted to refer 2 of her neighbors. So I don't know. I'm kind of in between of, what do I do? Do I stick with her the same price because she's giving me all this work? Or, do I just, stay like where she is because of all the clientele she is or work she's giving me?
Are you being sure to make sure that the new clientele is profitable?
I don't know. I haven't received any requests or forms or anything to know what type of homes they have.
Okay. But the event that you did, is that profitable for you? Like, are you making money on it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how I make this decision is I just weigh it. I am making this much profit from the referrals, and I'm just breaking even from this client. You must be breaking even from the client. You can't, the client still has to pay at least the break even. So if she's bringing you in all of this new work, just be careful not to get sucked into charging them the same amount she pays. So I always say when you get higher paying clients, they bring their friends. They all expect to pay that rate. And when you have lower paying clients, they bring their friends and they all expect to pay that rate. Just be prepared when you go and do their quote. If they say, but so-and-so pays this much, just say to them, she has been my client for quite some time. My rates have gone up since she started with me. And therefore I'm just unable to give you that price.
Got it.
Just be careful.
Okay.
Just
That makes sense.
otherwise, like if she's just referring you all over the place, as long as you're able to charge a profitable rate, I would actually hold on to her, because referrals are an amazing income. You don't want to cut that off. And
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
that's
so
my
true.
my thoughts. Carol has a thought on it.
Here is an idea, and I've used it with here's an idea, and I've used it with some of the clients that I have, and I think I need to put it on all of them. That pretty much a gag order that they don't disclose pricing to neither their friends, their families, and they don't discuss pricing with the staff or any other business aspect with their staff. And and especially for the homes, not to solicit employing them outside
Yeah.
of whatever the company, because some of them will say, oh, so how much does Carol, for example, pay you? And they'll probably say, whatever, well, I can pay you 25, and because Carol charges more than that, so
Yeah.
you kind of put a gag order on them in the agreement.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a great suggestion.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carl.
It came to me because I have a family, and they referred me to another family and a couple of other families, and they came to me and I was like, well, so and so has a bigger house and she's paying this. Why are you charging me this?
Oh,
Well,
wow.
you save yourself that.
Got it. Absolutely.
Just an idea for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that was a great idea. So earlier when Veronica asked me, so you had started out conversation by telling me that one the post-construction move out clean hasn't paid you yet. You're still waiting. And so what I was trying to get at is what do you think you could do to entice them to get their, like you said that they said the payment was coming and it still didn't come?
Yeah. So I reached out to her, several times within the past 2 weeks. The first week, she had to get some clarification from the project manager to say that everything was approved. I reached out to the project manager. He said everything was approved on his end, and then I should be getting payment. And then I referred back to the accounting department, and that I've been the contact person. And she said she was looking into it. And then a couple days later, she kind of replies back and says, oh, your payment's on the way. We sent that out just today or something of that nature. Because they're in another state and they will send in the check. So I guess that's the little delayment on everything. Plus now, I thought it would have been in my business mailbox by now, but I guess because now the holiday, I'm probably not going to get it maybe sometime this week. I'm hoping, but yeah, I definitely reached out a couple times, messages, phone calls, I try to keep it all on email to have receipts, but you know, I just I know now, I guess further along that I probably will do ACH instead of a check because it's just delayed so much stuff, and I just can't wait around and pressure everybody to give me the money, on their terms. And, I've been out of this money for months. I've been paid contractors out of my own money that, it's just prolonged so much. So
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, so how long has it been since they said the check's in the mail?
I would say like a week now.
Yeah. If it doesn't come by, let's say Wednesday, what will you do?
Try to ask them, I guess if they could have any um details on when they mailed it, and if it doesn't come by the end of this week, then I would ask them if they can cancel that check and maybe, send me, I can send the payment thing to them through my
ACH.
jobber. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. My thoughts on it are this, like, if they're saying the check's in the mail when it's not in the mail. So you've spoken to the director of the project and the payables clerk, right?
Yes.
I would go above their head and I would say I have I have been promised that this payment was made, and seeing many delays. Just wondering if you can check into it and let me know what the problem is. You know?
Right.
But earlier, what I was getting at is when you think about who you will contact and what you will say to them, think about the people that you feel you should contact and which one scares you. I had a regular client last week who she's been a client of mine for years and she always lets her bill get behind, always. And she actually doesn't even pay our full rate. And her bill was behind by $1,300. And it's been like that for quite a long time. Like it's always like that. And then this last month, we just stopped going. And that didn't entice them to pay. So finally, I just did the one thing I never wanted to do. I really didn't want to, but I sent her a message and said, I hate to do this after all this years of working together, but if you don't pay, I'm going to have to take you to collections. And then that started that started some dialogue, right? They said that there was one invoice that they didn't that they were unsure about. And I said, well, one invoice for $250 is not a reason to hold back $1,000. Hold back the one invoice and pay the other 1,000. So anyway, after a little wrangling back and forth, they paid us. But that was the thing I didn't want to do. That was the thing that I was I was afraid of because I was feeling like I didn't want to ruin the relationship because I have a lot of respect for their family. When I got down to it, they don't have a lot of respect for my family because they were willing to let us sit on $1,300. That's a lot of money to just hope they'll pay.
Yeah.
So my point was sometimes doing the thing that you fear most is the thing that's going to get the best result.
True. Wow.
That's what I was getting at. So yeah, reach out to me if you don't hear from them or you get your check by Wednesday, Thursday if you want some help with writing a letter or talk to, I'd be happy to help you with that.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. No problem. I see Mofit is here. Mofit, are you interested in talking today?
Hello, Kerry, and everyone else.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's good. I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, I don't have much to say, but just celebrating the past 2 long weekends that we've had here in Ontario. Last week we had the National Day of Truth and Reconciliation, and we have Thanksgiving this weekend. So I've had 2 consecutive weekends from my work, and that's exciting for me. At least I've got
some extra time with your family, right?
Yeah, it is. And it's nice to be with you all, guys, and listening to all those positive feedbacks. I'm enjoying everything.
Oh, I'm really happy to hear it. I'm really happy that you get to spend some extra time with your family. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. I see that Celia has joined the room. Although it says Jason, that is not her name. I'm going to fix it right now. How are you doing this morning, Celia?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Have you got any celebrations for us this week?
Celebration. Uh, Celebrating. I don't really know. Sorry. Maybe
It's always a little difficult, but you can just pick anything, like anything good that happened to you this week. It doesn't have to be in business. It can be personal, just something to celebrate.
Actually, Maria called back yesterday when we were on the way back to Carameres. Yes, and that's that's a thing that worth to celebrate for sure.
So Maria, for everybody who doesn't know, is a prospect for the Kelowna job. So we have Kelowna as an area. It's about 2 hours from where Celia is right now. And there's two jobs there that happen on Sunday. It's only about 4 hours of work, but Jason and Celia intend to market more to the Kelowna area because there's just so much more to do there. Like the business could grow really quickly there if they could have the time to market there. And so they don't want to give up that area. So they've been looking for somebody to do those 4 hours on Sundays because they've been driving the 2 hours each way every weekend to do it. And it's tiring, overwhelming, and a little frustrating, I know, because I used to do it too. Also, there's another area close to Kelowna that needs somebody for backup just in case our cleaner gets sick. So this Maria lady seemed like a really great fit in the group interview, but she has some troubles with English. I think does she speak Spanish?
I don't really know. Jason didn't ask, so we're gonna find out later.
Did she have a translator on with her?
Translate?
Like, how did he talk to her if she doesn't speak
Oh,
English?
she actually speak English on the phone, and her
Mhm.
English speaking on the phone, it wasn't bad. Just like not familiar and not fluent, but her pronunciation and stuff like that actually really good.
Oh, good. So
Yeah.
is she gonna come and try next week?
Yes. Next Saturday. Already confirmed with her.
Congratulations. I'm happy for you. That's awesome.
Yeah. Awesome.
Another step in the right direction.
Yes. Awesome. Good start for sure for giving me a place.
Yeah. I'm really happy for you. That's a great celebration. Because it was either her or Taylor, right? But you know, when I thought about Taylor, she didn't seem very excited, right? It was like we had to track her down, and then she's like, "Oh, I can't fit this 4 hours into my weekend whatsoever because it's Thanksgiving." Well, it's a 3-day weekend, and if you're excited about a new job and you only have to give 4 hours, wouldn't you?
Yeah, makes sense. And there's another thing. The thing is, the biggest thing, Maria actually, like before we mentioned, oh, would you like to try next Saturday? She's the one mentioned that. What about the next Saturday? So I was talking with Jason that did Taylor say that? Like she just didn't respond. So yeah, that's the employee difference when hiring for sure.
And it can be a sign of things to come. Like, you know, Taylor had said in the emails, she had said, before I come to a group interview, I'd like you to know that I'm just looking for part-time work, maybe 1 day a week. I'm a single mom and I just need a little extra income. And she couldn't make the group interview, which is usually like a no for me. If you can't make the group interview, like you have to do something to show that you'll follow our systems even. And then, but we just needed somebody. So I responded and said, actually, we do have this available position. It's just 1 day a week, two jobs. One is 2 hours, the other is an hour and a half, but there's about half an hour traveling in between. So it would be 4 hours pay. You can do it anytime from Friday night till Sunday evening. And she responded with, that does sound like a good opportunity. Can we talk more about it? And so I responded, and in case anybody's wondering what's going on here, Celia and her husband Jason are taking over my cleaning business. So I'm still helping them with these things. In case you're wondering, why is she talking like you and me? So I said, great, can we get on an interview? And then she couldn't make the interview. And then it was kind of back and forth. So this week in our staff meeting, we said, let's check with Taylor and Maria. And if it doesn't work out with either one of those, we'll have another group interview. But we always wanted Maria right from the start because she seems like she's excited and interested. Her barrier is a language barrier, and we can overcome that. So seems to me like Taylor would be one that would be like, oh, gee, my family has an outing, I'm not going to be there. Or like she can't fit 4 hours into a 72-hour period. even just to get started at a job, like, I don't know, whenever I was starting a new job, I would do whatever they wanted. If they asked me to come in Sunday night at 3:30 in the morning for 45 minutes, I would do it just to get the job, you know? So I'm glad for you. I'm glad it's Maria. And I was letting you guys sort this out on your own, and good job. You did it. And I was hoping that it would be Maria.
Here what comes is Maria. So next Saturday.
All things
Exciting.
work out. That's
Yeah.
really great. So anything that you need help with this week?
Not at the moment. Not at the moment.
I know that Jason has a couple of consults. What
All
are those
right.
about?
The quotes needs to be made today. That was
So
the
what are they quotes for?
so the quote it's so the one we did a consult, it's a one house, but two different separate area. The owner, one area has the three living room size space with a big kitchen and one bathroom. So it will be a separate quote. And her mother's side, it's a lot of windows, a lot of high windows, like window doors. Like there is probably 6 to 8 big windows, and let's say two small living room, one bathroom, one kitchen, and with
You mean do you mean two small bedrooms? You say living rooms. Living rooms are usually where you have the TV and the couch.
yeah, two living room because so this house has a kitchen and right next to the kitchen, kind of like a dining area, but it's a living room area because it's facing 8 glass door and outside is mountain. And then the next to it in the corner has a small living room, like with the one single couch, one TV, and some of the table just for those desks, stuff like that, and one bathroom and no bedroom. Her mother don't want anybody to clean her bedroom.
Oh, okay. It has
Yeah.
bedrooms, but you won't be cleaning it.
Yes, yes. And
I
that
understand.
this is a true quote. And another one is Kermia's liquor store. They send the specific requirements in the PDF.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah, I
will
saw that.
Jason will discuss with you later, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. The liquor store, it has to be in by the 12th. So it is something that we need to work on. But here's the thing with the liquor store. In his email, he says, they want 2 people to come in. And so I've been thinking about all weekend. We can't send 2 people. We don't have 2 people, especially not in the low season. So I've just been thinking about how we're going to let them know that because saying that we'll send 2 people is not going to do anybody any good because we can't. There is nobody in Caramias. Lori doesn't like to get up that early. She's a night owl, so she only likes evening shift, and we don't have anybody else. So we're going to have to work that out. So yeah, well, definitely you guys should book a one-on-one with me. Have you booked one?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. And we can go over that. I think it would be good if Jason could do up the quote for the houses, and then let me know and I'll look at it and give him my feedback.
Okay, how many hours do you think that would be?
I would like Jason to figure that out and then come to me and we'll figure it out.
Okay.
You know, but sorry, the one thing I do have to ask is it like a one-time clean, a regular clean, or a monthly clean?
Sorry. Yeah, it's regular clean every 2 weeks. And the owner side, it's a potential, so it's a temporary only now is a 3 living room size space plus one kitchen and one bathroom. Later, when her house is done construction, there will be more room to clean. She have a full basement, have not done yet, and it's going to be including in the regular cleaning in the future when she's done.
So she'll get another quote at time?
Yeah, later. Now, for now, just like the space she wished to clean. That's all.
Yeah, Jason should try to figure it out. I'm still confused now. You say 3 living rooms. So is this a place that has bedrooms that they won't want cleaned as well?
Yeah, not yet.
Okay. And when you
Because, yeah,
when you say living rooms, what you're talking about is there's a kitchen and then there's a dining room where the table goes, and then there's a living room where people sit and watch TV, and then there's like they call it like a great room where it's just like a sitting room. Is that what you're talking about?
yeah, yeah. It's just the design of the house. They didn't use dining room as dining room, and the living room is empty. So in front of the kitchen. So I just described that there is like a 3 living room size.
Living spaces. Oh, living room size.
Yeah, 3 living room size of the space.
So for residential cleaning, for regular weekly cleaning, I generally think that it's about 2 hours for each bathroom and um, surrounding area. So you're telling me that each of these places has 1 bathroom. So it sounds like it's maybe a 2-hour clean. But then one of them, you tell me that there's windows, and so windows probably get done once, right? Probably, do they want the windows done every single time?
The owner's mom wants to clean the window regularly, and they both require window to be cleaned regularly.
Usually what we do is we clean the windows once and then we spot wash them, and then when like cleaning all windows every time you're there, it's kind of
It's a lot of time because they have
monotonous.
a lot of windows.
But if they want that, I mean, that's their right. They can order whatever service they want, but I have a feeling that's not exactly what they want. I think what they want is their windows to always be clean, which
Yeah,
means spot washing them every time you're there.
yeah, I
So
think so.
it might be too, like,
They
you guys
want
will know.
they want to do some deep cleaning for the first time, and
So an
the house,
initial,
yeah, the house is
so,
pretty dirty.
oh,
Oh,
so on an initial clean, it's usually at least what is it? At least 1/3 more than what your regular clean would be. So this is a house. How many bedrooms? Like, well, each of them only has 1 bathroom.
I don't know how many bedroom yet because we
The
didn't
only
see
reason that I asked, the only reason I asked how many bedrooms is because that will give me an idea. Like you telling me that there's 3 living rooms and a kitchen and bathroom, it's hard for me to visualize that.
I know it's because she didn't show us the bedroom. Let's say we're in the space we see is the first floor, and then there is a basement, and there was a bedroom at the same floor as the kitchen, but so that was 1 room, and basement we didn't see it at all.
Um, so they just want you to clean the main floor
Yeah, for now, for now.
because oh, that's the one that you said they're renovating and eventually now.
Yes. They just moved
So
in to house, so everything is still working out.
mhm. You know, you have to follow your instincts, but my rule is 2 hours per bathroom and surrounding area. So I would say 2 hours for each place on a regular clean, but for the initial clean, you say it's very dirty. I don't understand what that means. Do you think it will take 4 hours or 6 hours?
Um, 4 to 5, I think.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You think so? I think so because it's a not big space. Just needs a
But
lot
they
of
want,
detail work done for the first
and
time.
they want, and they want the windows done.
Yes, they
Yeah, so
both
I think
required that window.
I think including windows, I would probably estimate it at 5 or 6 hours. And that you guys are have to use your instincts on that because I didn't see it, you did.
Yeah, I took some pictures.
Okay. So yeah, that's my estimate would be 5 or 6 hours, and you should have Jason make the estimate, and then I'll look at it, have him like you. I'm trying not to say too much because you guys already know this stuff, so I don't want
I
to.
can. I'm going to upload those picture right now in the notes. So if you wanted to share your screen, show everybody, have a better idea.
In what notes?
The console yesterday. Wait, let me just. Um, well, the console was. The console was on Friday. It's called a Charlene. Let me put my notes. Okay.
Oh, there
I
she
did.
is, Charlene Pollock.
I did upload all the pictures.
You already did it.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
I actually did a separate. The first one is her mom's side. I mean the one on the top. This is her mom's side. This is the light fixture. Dirt. It's not very clear. The picture.
You know what bothers me about jobbers? I just go from one picture to the next. You have to go back.
Yeah, they don't have the. That's the
Are you just showing me
walls.
the,
Yeah, yeah, and
yeah,
all the doors are like this. So
yeah. You can use Vim with on this and it will come right off, by the way.
yeah,
You're just showing us how many cupboards there are or
yeah,
how
yeah.
dirty it
And
is.
she wants the first time to clean the inside and the door, and in the future just maintain the doors, especially those glass doors for the cupboards. And
On this cupboard here, is that dirt that I see in the corners, or is that just the style of cupboard to make it look kind of rustic?
I think it's the color of the picture for the
Okay.
sunlight.
And that is just
Uh,
showing the little bit of calcium.
yeah,
That's not bad.
yes.
This is downstairs?
This is
Oh,
the owner side. This is the first floor I'm talking about. There was a basement as well. So this is the kitchen
this is,
area, and they both wanna to clean the top of the
oh.
cupboards.
So they want an initial deep clean. Do they
Yeah,
want
the
sort of
wall.
like a move out clean? They want sort of like a move out clean while they're already living there?
Yeah, I think so. Or a moving clean because they are it is moving right now. There's more pictures you want to see. Let's show more
It's
attention.
okay. No, that's okay. I got a general feel, and that's all you really need. Like usually what I will do is look at the windowsills. Did you look at the tracks on the windowsill? And
Uh, the windowsill are okay. Unlike because
no, no,
they're
no, what I need from you is if you looked at the windowsills, rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. So whenever you're talking to like your employees or your clients, never say okay or sort of dirty because that just sort of like everybody has a different idea about dirty, right? So it's okay to you, but if you had the queen in there, it probably wouldn't be okay to her, right? So on a scale of 1 to 10, how dirty do you think they were? The windowsills.
5, 6.
5, 6, perfect. Yeah. So that would be like an average, like it's not that they're filthy. It's that they're kind of average.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so then you're probably looking, I would say more like 8 to 10 hours because you've got to clean out the appliances, the cupboards, and you said on top of the cupboards. So that's going to be a little more. All the light fixtures, the windows, without those bedrooms, like the bathroom's going to take an hour and a half to 2 hours, right? Probably. Do you think?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, I
only an
think
hour.
so.
Think I
I
would
think
fit it at 8 hours.
yeah, less than 2 hours for both bathrooms should be like definitely enough.
A deep clean is never less than an hour for a bathroom.
Okay, I see.
Like yeah, I would never take less than an hour for a bathroom for a deep clean because they've got to do the windows, the tracks, they got to do the calcium removal,
Yeah, there's
the
a glass
walls,
door. Yeah.
and you showed me some calcium.
Mm.
Yeah, so we always say if we stay less time, we'll charge you less time. I think that I would maybe bid 8 hours for the main floor and 6 for the lower floor.
Yeah, I think that let me think. I think both 6 hours should be enough. Let me think. So 3 hours.
Okay, do you have a fridge to do downstairs?
Yeah, both have it.
And both want their fridges done inside and out?
That I don't think we asked about the fridge inside out because they
What
already
about the oven?
the oven they wish to be moved out for the first clean, move out and clean the back and the inside out, yes. And but fridge maybe not fridge because they're already moving. There is food, but we can confirm with them after made the quote. I can call them.
Fridge, if you're pulling out the stove, you should pull out the fridge too. And
Okay.
it doesn't matter if there's food in it. They're on rollers, right?
Okay.
Most fridges are on rollers, so you're not going to pull out one appliance and not the other.
Okay. I see.
Like I don't think so, unless the client specifically says don't pull out the fridge. Yeah, you don't want to do half a job ever. If
Okay.
they're asking you to pull out one, then they're expecting both, I'm sure. So is the downstairs smaller than the upstairs?
Um. Yes, it is smaller, but more window, more like the tall windows. So that window, I'm thinking, clean those window. There is maybe 8 window or 6. They're big and tall. So that window could
When they
out
reach
out
the
1 hour minimum. I
how
think
much?
1 hour
1 hour?
minimum. Yeah, 1.5 hours for all that window. That's how big it is.
That's cool. So you're saying that although the downstairs is smaller, it'll take the same amount of time because the windows will take a little time. So it should be 8 for each.
Yeah, I think you're right. And those cupboards a lot of work, and they're big. Both are big. Think so. I think that makes sense. 8 hours for each.
And
Okay.
then on your regular clean is uh vacuum, bathrooms, kitchen, dust, and floors. Should be like 2.5 hours maybe for each.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
There you go.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I'll let Jason
Yeah.
know.
Talk it through with Jason and see if he agrees, and then make the quote, and then let me know, and I'll take a look at it.
Okay.
That's good. I don't think we usually do a lot of residential breaking down of prices here in this group, so that was really good.
Yeah.
It's hard for me sometimes because I don't always want to give you the answers the way I would my clients in this program because I'm trying to train you to run my business. So I'm trying to train you to learn it. I don't know. I have to learn how to separate those two. Do you know what I mean?
Understand.
Because I'm like, don't give her the answer because she already knows it. And then I'm like, but you would give any client the answer, so you should give her the answer. And so in my brain, I struggle back and forth with that. But you guys are doing awesome, by the way, in your skills for quoting. Like, so impressed with how quickly you guys picked that up and how well you're doing.
We learned
And
from you.
and it's exciting that you're going on consults I don't know about.
Oh, you didn't know about this? Oh, right. Okay. I see.
That's exciting. I don't want to know anymore.
Funny,
Except
we received a phone call yesterday for counsel. It's from Ontario, and she said searched on the website and came out cab. Oh, I thought she'd be in Ontario. I had all the information, and she said the address. I don't understand. She said, "Where are you?" I'm in Ontario.
wonder how that happened. We used to
Yeah, I
get
know.
people that phoned us from Ontario all the time asking us to franchise there. They'd say, we need a cleaning service like yours. They'd hear from somebody at our vacation rentals here where you are and say they'd pay us to come there and start a business. That's what caused me to start this program. It's because there's so many people that need cleaners that are experienced and understand the industry. And that's what they would always say to us is, there's nobody that understands the industry. They don't understand how to do this work. And they wanted somebody that knows. So that's when Peter and I started talking about having an education program that would teach cleaning business owners how to do it from what we have learned is what the people want, right? So yeah, and one of them was from Ontario, and it was cool. She called me in January and said, "Could you come here and open a business? We'll pay all your expenses. We'll pay your whatever your fee is. We just really need a cleaning business here that knows what they're doing." And I said, "I don't think there's any amount of money that would make me go to Ontario in the winter."
Yeah, it is cold, but it's not that scary.
Well, that was fun. Gee, I haven't done that in a while. So anything else that you need help with today?
No, that's all. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. So is there anybody else in here who has any questions that we can help you with in a sense of running your business? So if everybody has nothing else to say, I might call upon Ben to see Ben. Where? There he is. Hi, how are you?
Hey,
It flipped
yeah,
around on my
good.
screen.
Yep, I'm
How
all
are
good.
things?
Thanks.
How are things going?
Um, yeah, I'm already done with some of the tasks um for Erin and for some of the everybody for uploading feeds their own DHL. Yeah, and then I'll send some today for another batch for their schedule to select some industries targeted. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And I just wanted to let everybody know that you've decided to work with Peter and I on our schedule now. So you'll be working Sunday to Thursday with
Mm-hmm.
us. So everybody's Go High level has been organized. We've got people organized on certain days of the week now.
Yeah.
And we'll be reaching out to everybody to make sure that that we know what their needs are, checking on their Go High level on a specific day of the week from now. Oh, and MOFET. you might be excited to know that we actually think that we found a program that can get us the addresses of residential homeowners, so that the email addresses. So we are looking into that program today, experimenting with it, and also checking into the laws to make sure that we are able to send emails to these people. But if it is what we think it is, then we will be able to upload it into Go High Level like we do the commercial businesses, upload the leads, and send out residential cleaning information to residential homeowners. So anybody who's working on the residential side or wants to use residential to kind of continuously bring in income, we think that we found the thing. We're excited. We're cautiously optimistic is what we are. We have a 1 week free trial. We're trialing it this week, and we'll come back to all of you and let you know if it's something that's going to be able to, if we're going to be able to use it. So first is to be sure that it works, and then second is to make sure that it follows the Marketing Standards Act, that we're not breaking any laws. And it's different for the US and Canada, so we've got to work on that. And that's something, Ben, that I wanted to talk to you about after this meeting. So yes, and otherwise, we're going to be talking with each of you to get you orientated to our new system for picking leads and being able to properly communicate with Ben your needs. So if you haven't heard from us about the new system, you will be hearing this week from us about the new system. It's going to make sure that Ben's not just, like before, you were kind of taking care of everybody on the same day, but now we split them up to different days so that it's a little bit of attention for everybody on a different day. Do you like it better?
Sounds good.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay.
We have a session with you today at 1, isn't it?
Oh, perfect. Then I will introduce you to the new way of organizing the leads. And yeah, if we are able to, I might be able to show you the new system, but 1 o'clock today is a little quick. I might not be ready yet. You know, I don't like to, until I'm sure that it will work, I don't want to say anything. So I probably won't be able to talk about it today, but as soon as I can, I
Okay.
will.
Yeah, and it's only for 30 minutes anyway.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
you're welcome. And Nina, hi.
Yeah, hi Terry, I'm here.
Hi. Yeah, can we see this? Maybe you're not in the
Sorry?
position to show. Yeah. So if you're a part of this team, you have to show your face when you come on camera, when you come on to talk.
Oh, hey,
I'll
I'm
leave.
sorry.
Okay.
Because
Oh,
my internet's not that good today. It keeps cutting me. It keeps cutting out. So
I see. Oh yeah, I can hear that it's really cutting out. Okay, we're going to give you a pass then. Nina has also
Thank you.
decided to work this. You're welcome. Nina has also decided to work the Sunday to Thursday shift with Peter and I, which is really exciting because we're going to spend a lot of time on Sunday prepping for the week. What we found was Peter and I would have on Sundays, we get this whole list of things to do, and then we'd sort of inundate our team on Monday with it. Well, Monday, as you all know, is Crap Show Monday, where everybody, all of our clients also have been saving up their needs and requirements to Monday. So the team would be overwhelmed with stuff on Monday and they'd be spending the week catching up. So we decided to do the Sunday to Thursday schedule on a trial basis to see if we could get ahead of the crew. So I'm excited. I think, you know, our Sundays are going to be very productive, and I think our weeks are going to be less hectic because of these two joining us on Sunday. So thank you so much for agreeing to do it, you guys. And thanks for being here in the call. That helps too.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you so much, Carrie.
Welcome.
So I think if everybody feels taken care of, then there's no reason to just hang around and stare at each other. You could all go on about your Sundays and we will get busy. Tiffany?
Wait,
Yes, I have one more question, Carrie, because it came up with me this week as I was talking with somebody. Um, it's a tax accountant that I've been talking to, and he's interested in doing bartering. Has anyone or you dealt with that?
He's interested in doing what?
Bartering, like barter
Bartering. He
for,
wants to trade services.
yes.
We don't do
Oh,
that.
Peter's Peter's shaking his head.
It's like, no. Go ahead, Peter. Say what you got to say.
so the problem with bartering, I was in construction and that happened a lot. And what ends up happening is you're giving away your service and they're giving their service. And then what ends up happening is somebody feels like something isn't fair. I find that it's easier if you're doing something for them, you charge them. If they do something for you, you charge them. Now, if you're talking about doing a working relationship where, hey, here's an example. We use Service Master for carpet cleaning. We give the client that we're working with the number to Service Master and let them deal directly with it. So we get no crossover. Now, Service Master, on the other hand, also will hire us to do cleans for them. So what we've done is we just created it so we get rid of all the garbage in between. And basically it's just a mutual working relationship instead of I'll spread, you don't make it convoluted. That's the problem. You'll run into issues with the bartering system. So it's so touchy. I don't know. What do you think, Carrie?
I agree. The thing about bartering is the first thing that you said, that the expectations can't always be managed very well. I mean, you're offering two different services, so your price points are different right there to start off with. The second thing is that there's no paper trail. So you now do not have, you can't show it as an income, you don't pay taxes on it, it's really not a part of your business. Invoicing each other just makes your business run smoother. Like, I've had people say this to me, they say, let's just swap invoices, which means you pay your invoice, I'll pay my invoice. Bartering, no, I wouldn't do it. If they're asking for too much, how do you raise the rate? No, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, he's interested in doing it, and basically we would be doing quarterly cleaning. So he has a 3,000, 4,000 square footage home, and he was interested in doing quarterly cleanings for his home. And if need be, he also has investment properties as well. So essentially he was going to say we would do some of his investment properties that he has, like they're like Airbnb turnovers for nurses that rent out nurses for contracts. He was saying something like either we would do one or the other. But he was also just looking for cleaners for his investment properties as well. So it's kind
Is
of
he
like a
just afraid?
combination.
Is he just a little like, does he just want to try your service? Because you could say, hey, I'll give you 50% off the first invoice if he just wants to try your service, because maybe he's somebody who's had a lot of bad luck with cleaners, and the reason he wants to barter is because he feels like he hasn't gotten his money's worth in the past. So this way he wouldn't have to pay you if he didn't enjoy the service, right? Or find out what the real reason he wants to do that is, because he sounds like a business person. with a large portfolio. So why is it that he's trying to get you to clean for free?
Yes, I agree. I agree about that. He does seem, he's a CPA. He has all these investment properties all over the state, really. And it does seem that way because I was asking him, I said, have you ever had cleaners? He's like, oh yeah, I've ran through a lot of cleaners. So yeah, now that you say that, that does make a lot of sense.
Yeah. What you're saying there, what I get out of it is he'd be like, okay, come and clean my house. And then he'd be like, you go the next 3 months for looking at these vacation rentals that you're supposedly supposed to get. And then next thing you know, you're getting one or two, and then he's like, "Oh, by the way, 3 months is coming up. Can you come clean my house again?" And then you go, "Well, yeah, I'd like to, but we've only done like 3 of your houses, so it's not really paying me." Oh, don't worry about it. Next month we'll get you more. They'll start coming. So now you've done 2 cleans for free, got nothing in return, and then next thing you know, you get ghosted. You get kind of pushed out the door. So you're constantly handing out, and nothing's coming back except for empty promises. So that's exactly what I see there. Now, if he came to you and said, "Hey, I'm going to pay you to clean these places now, and then you're going to come and clean my house after you've made some money," it's a little different scenario, right? So you just, like I say, the safest and easiest way is just to bill. You're going to bill him for doing those vacation rentals. You're going to give him a bill for cleaning his house. You might give him a reduced rate on his house, right? But that's totally up to you. Me personally, I wouldn't do it. I'd just say, this is what we charge for this, and this is what we charge for that. Knowing that he is also collecting money off of the renters that are paying to rent the place to pay you. So really, he's trying to spend absolutely no money anyway.
So true, Peter. Right, exactly. That does make a lot of sense. And the fact that, it was about borrowing for his tax services. So he was going to do my taxes, you know?
We can't hear you, Carrie Ann. We can't hear you, Carrie Ann.
It sounds like a bomb deal. How much does it cost to do your taxes versus how big is his house? And it sounds like he's going to get the better end of this deal.
Well, the
Right.
other way you look at it too is now you just think about that. He's like, "I'm going to do your taxes." So he's talking about doing something that's supposed to be legitimate across the board, and he's asking you to go beneath the government and start doing other things. So in one sense, you're saying, "I'm going to do everything by the book," and in the other sense, he's saying, "Well, but let's just hide this." Right? It comes to the, like we say in Canada, it comes to the John Chrétien thing where he's always talking out of the side of his mouth, right? We'll say this stuff over here, but we'll say something else over on this side.
Mm-hmm.
So you like that analogy, didn't you?
We don't talk about politics in this program ever.
It wasn't. It was about a person talking.
Go ahead, Carol.
One, how would you pay your staff if you're doing barter? And 2, how do you know how good he is at what he does?
That's true, Carl. That is true. I was just about to say that too. Like, I would have to even pay my helper, my cleaners to do the job. So yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Okay, so I think you have enough tools to make a decision.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Protect your business, dear. You've worked really hard for it.
Absolutely.
Just trying to write all these notes out.
I'm still looking for cleaners that has a car, because now I think I might have 2 cleans this week. And I'm gonna have to either do one of them myself or go drop off the stuff. I'm just struggling in that regard in finding the right cleaners for my business. I know we've discussed Carrie Ann Indeed, which hasn't worked out for me. And I've tried I'm still going to try to keep my eyes on Indeed and hopefully, but I don't
So
know.
did
I
you,
feel stuck.
well,
And it's funny because Tuesday coming, I have my first clean for that dance studio. It looks like I'm gonna have to go do it myself, which is what I'm trying not to do.
so last time that we saw each other, and I think even the time before, you were going to try to open another Indeed account with a different email address. Did you do that?
Remember, we said we did discuss that, and we said no, we weren't gonna do. I suggested we don't do that because it's gonna still come back to the same thing because you have to put all the same contact details, the phone number, the website, blah blah blah. So it's
Okay,
still
and
gonna
then we
come back
talked,
around.
okay, and then we talked about using Better Team. Did you sign up for Better Team?
Yeah,
Okay, and that's not working? You're not getting
nothing yet.
any,
Nothing yet. I need to
okay.
go back and check it today after the
I know
call.
that yeah, and you talked about Kijiji. How did that work?
So Kijiji is where I found this girl. So I'm gonna go
Just,
back in there and see if I see any more potentially good cleaners to
oh,
see if I can recruit them.
yeah, that's what you're saying, right? You're gonna go see. Okay, so are you doing group interviews?
I don't get enough people to do group interviews. I'm just doing the
Okay,
one-on-ones as soon as I meet them. I
okay,
have one today.
that's a problem. When you do a one-on-one, are you doing it as a group interview? Are you following the group interview techniques?
Yeah.
So you do the group interview or the first interview, initial interview, and then you have them come to a one-on-one interview, which is a second interview with different questions.
Yep.
You are? Okay, good. So you're following the right system. So the only problem is candidate flow.
Correct.
Okay, cool. So we just have to get more candidates. So you're going to check Kijiji. Better Team is not working for you. Have you tried ZipRecruiter?
Yeah, they are charging me over $600.
Yeah, that's terrible. We have to get Indeed working. Indeed is the source. Like we have to get them. So you've said, I think it won't work because I'm using the same information, but we don't know it won't work.
For the hard times that they've given me or given us, I've actually
Like you,
lost faith in them
but you haven't.
or
So
trust.
when you, like, I think when you set it up the first time that you said you did something wrong in the setup. And so this is why I'm saying that you should try to set it up again using a different email address. Because if it was just a simple issue in the setup, then we can move past it. But right now we're working with no information. I had similar problems in the beginning with mine, and I set it up with a new email account. I've never had a problem since. And we're
Yeah.
both in Canada. So, like, I'm not saying that you won't have a problem, but I am saying that I have no idea if it's going to work for you the way it did for me or not. So it's hard to solve a problem without any information. So if you try to set it up with a different email address, what if it works?
I'm gonna try it for the heck of it, just to see we've tried it to cover my ends.
And then
See what
Nina,
happens.
Nina,
Yes, I'm here. Yeah.
I've been trying to get a meeting with somebody from Indeed since I met Carol. Can you make that your mission this week to get me a meeting with somebody from Indeed? Let them know that I'm an online coach and that I refer business owners to them all the time, and that I'd like to have somebody that I can speak to when my clients are having issues.
Okay, got it.
Don't take no for an answer. Be aggressive like Carol.
Hmm.
Carol says, I will call you back. If I don't hear from you, I will call you back. Could you try that for me? Like just press on them and get me a meeting with somebody?
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it. The thing is, every time I get close, I get distracted. Like I've had Indeed people call me back, but I'm busy in a meeting. Like my problem is that whenever they respond to me, you have to be right there and ready and able to talk to them in that moment. So that's the issue I'm facing. I believe you can use our CRM, the Go High Level CRM to phone out. So the Let Me Talk CRM, try that to phone out if you need to phone out.
Okay. Okay.
And then if like the best thing would be to have a virtual meeting with them and book them in on my one-on-one link,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
or get them in as soon as possible, but send them a Zoom link. I need to speak to someone in person.
Okay.
Thank you so much. That's awesome. Maybe we'll finally get to the bottom of this.
Thank you, Nina.
You're welcome, Carol.
Whenever,
you
quick
tried-
question regarding, sorry, go ahead, carry on.
Go ahead. No.
Whenever we have, I'm sorry, I know Ben did a training on Go High Level at one point, and I did one training with Peter. How did his name just slip me for some reason? At one point. Whenever I have a client in Go High Level that books, I don't need the ads to be going out to this person anymore. I can just put on the do not disturb, right?
If you want, yeah, you just put on do not disturb.
Okay. Because that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, if they're a current client, if they sign up.
Thank you, Ben. I've gotten a couple of clients so far through Go High Level.
Yeah, happy for you.
Appreciate it.
Nice to hear.
That's it.
Okay,
for
my
me.
friends. Anybody else?
Oh,
Let me
yes,
know.
Ben, one more question. I know it's funny because the last client I booked recently, I booked a client that I'm gonna start on Tuesday. His information went out in Spanish.
Spanish.
Yeah, that was
We don't
weird.
even
He even
we don't even
responded.
do it in Spanish.
It's
We don't even
kinda
have
bizarre.
like we've never translated our stuff to Spanish.
I thought that was funny too. Maybe
That's weird.
yeah, because when I
Um,
saw his email and scrolled through it, I saw Spanish. I was like, huh? But anyway, at least he booked.
Ben,
So that was
can
good.
you tell us who the client is so we can look into it?
yeah, can you
Maybe.
give us the name or the email something? Because I'll take a look at it
Okay.
right now. Okay.
Maybe one time, maybe that one email got translated to Spanish instead of French.
Yeah, but it's funny because he responded and he's probably the most friendly, one of the most friendly clients I've met through this whole process. He was so easy to deal with. It's ridiculous.
I wish they could
So
all be
easy.
like that. Wish they could all be like that. So are you gonna send his name in Slack or?
Yeah, I can do that.
Weird.
Or Arthur Murray. That's the name of the company.
Arthur Murray. Okay. Then you can look into it and then let Carol know what happened there and let me know too.
I mean,
Okay. Got it. Yeah, I'll do it right now.
Thank you. Okay. I think we're gonna call this meeting adjourned.
yeah.
You guys can all head out to your Sunday. And the rest of us will get to work.
Thank you. Have a good weekend, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving, Canadians.